Hello, friends. I just need to take a moment and start the show with Cassie, right? Right? Are you ready to go? Okay. She's excited. You excited? You excited? Oh, yeah, see, this is how we play. Okay. Gonna hit the road. Oh, yeah. See, she's trying to take herself for a walk. Okay, I need that, Cassie. I need that. Okay, it's one of those days. It is one of those crazy days, and we're gonna roll with this flowery bike. And if you saw the thumbnail, we are going to talk, what about Bob? Because everyone wants to know what's going on with Pastor Bob. First of all, I forgot my little mic cozy, so sorry if you get some wind. I will try to keep things solid for you guys. Well, we got the Pastor Bob dinner show coming up in about 3 or 4 weeks, give or take. And today is September 17th as I record this. So happy 17 Day, everyone. But occasionally I get a comment, somebody questioning, asking, is Pastor Bob okay? Is he sick? I don't know where these things come from. Is there channels out there that are clickbaiting you by saying like he's in the hospital or something? I don't know. But he's totally fine, okay? There have been no problems, and he's doing good. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Al's Pack. And Sarah, hello. Yes, Sue, he is A-okay. And so that's what I'm reporting to you all right now. So yeah, I don't know if there's some clickbaiters out there on YouTube or some other app that are putting out posts saying that Pastor Bob is not okay, because obviously that'll get all kinds of clicks and views. But he's fine. Nothing has happened at all. He's still doing great and strong, singing and preaching like always. So don't worry about that. What we're trying to do is get rid of the fear and the worries, not add more. We don't need to. So kind of what I'm going to ask you guys too is, where do you guys think this is all going with Pastor Bob? You know that he is a writer for George Magazine in some shape or form, right? And I'm going to be talking about some George Magazine articles in the near future. So we will dive in together in real time. I got sidetracked there, but yeah, with dinner show coming up here pretty soon, I've heard some of you are going, so I've been putting the word out there that if any of you want to kind of collaborate and get me videos, that, I don't know, we can work it out somehow so that it's good for you too, whether that's giving you credit in some shape or form, or I don't know what it is. But I will be, as usual, getting whatever coverage I can and sharing it with you guys. I'm sure it's going to be a great concert. And like I said before, I assume it's going to be, I don't want to say better than George Live, but with how much money people are paying for this event, which I believe is going to be pretty much charitable. I think they're going to have a pretty good sound system and food and the whole setup. So if you are going, we are jealous, basically. It's going to be good. So as far as Pastor Bob and what about Bob, a lot of you have been asking the question and kind of wondering, are you not going to talk about him anymore? No. Am I going to not cover or give you updates? No, I will. But at this point, we have reached a turning point in more ways than one, have we not? And while I'm on that note, I just want to say that I think Pastor Bob did a phenomenal, on-point job of addressing what happened with Charlie Kirk last week, and just his initial reaction to it when he talked in his sermon on Sunday. Basically, to break it down in two parts, he prayed for Charlie Kirk's family, maybe three parts. Two, he said that Charlie is with the Lord now, so he probably don't want to come back anyway, because he's beyond blessed and in heaven. And then number three, that we should pray for the shooter, which you got to admit, that is biblical. Not easy, but yes, we should, because this world is not our home. And he also talked about how God's ways are bigger than our ways. So, yeah, we could be upset about it. We could even be fearful. But that's not God's plan. God's plan is so much bigger. And if somebody's what we would say too soon, but they believe in Jesus Christ, that's right, Irma. The pain and suffering is over. Done deal. And so being able to shift our perspective to that, and then, well, also he talked about, just like I have, about how many people he has inspired and who are now inspired much more because they're learning more about what Charlie Kirk talked about, and saw how he was very courageous in how he handled topics and witnessed for the Lord, and on and on. You guys already know. So that's an example of God's ways are higher than our ways, and it's not easy to pray for people who we see as, like, we view it as stopping God's plan. Like if somebody shoots somebody that we respect and love, part of our church family, we see that person as they stopped God's plan, right? That's kind of like the initial reaction, but that's not it at all. And so I remember Pastor Bob saying something about how, well, nothing like that happens without God's permission, which is true, right? I mean, we should believe that. And so if you can wrap your brain around all of that and pray for the bad guy in the story, then I guess you're right where you should be. So anyhow, yeah, Pastor Bob's message And just how he had addressed it was right on point, like I said. And that is worthy of applause, because there's a whole lot of pastors, unfortunately, who wasted an opportunity, a very good opportunity, on Sunday or Saturday to respond properly. Because some pastors, all they wanted to talk about was maybe like praying for everybody, which is great. Yeah, we're supposed to do that. But they didn't even want to mention that Charlie Kirk was a person of faith and a voice of reason, of respectful debate, and I don't know, however else you want to describe him. But so there's been a lot of people going on social media the last several days upset about how their pastors handled it, which I'm glad that they did that. So, okay, we covered that a lot lately, I guess. So, okay, that's good, Alice. You said you'd pray for him. Who else is here? Did I miss anybody? Sue, I said hi already. Yeah, so there's all kinds of theories out there about Pastor Bob, right? And so what I've been trying to say and communicate in a variety of ways the last, I don't know, month now, is that all the things that are happening in our country, it's so much bigger than any one person or event or anticipated discovery. And the more we appreciate that, the more we'll be able to just focus on, like I've been saying, the things that you can actually control and what God's given you a purpose to, I don't know, work on, improve on. And I'll just leave it at that. So I've never been here to try to convince you guys of anything. And you guys know the things I've shared, but we're all free to speculate however we want. And I say all that to say I'm really looking forward to the next couple of years and everything that transpires. Even though we're going to go through some darkness, but we're on God's highway to bigger and better things. To watch Epic. What's Epic, Sue? I don't know what that is. I don't know if are you talking about a movie? There's a movie called Epic, isn't there? Or is it a show? I don't even know. Sounds familiar. I don't really watch TV at all. Haven't in I don't know how many years already. So I pretty much just watch movies whenever I want to relax. Jezebel High Security. Oh. Yeah, not sure about that one, Sue. But like I told you guys before, as far as what happened last week, I found all kinds of information and videos and pictures and stuff and speculations, which I shared on mostly on Telegram at the Mastermind News chat channel. So everybody's free to go there, check it out, join the news channel. But of course, I'm not sharing any of that here for specific reasons. But it is very eye-opening. You know, on the topic though of people finding things and speculating. By the way, at this point, if anyone calls me a conspiracy theorist, I'm pretty much just saying thank you, because it's become a compliment. And but I remember a very short time ago when it didn't feel that way. It's become a badge of honor. But the vision behind my Mastermind News channels is that we're mostly like-minded people, and it started with just only people I knew, friends. But the longer this whole battle has gone on and more mysteries have unfolded, I've noticed that even the like-minded were sometimes not as like-minded, and we're disagreeing on things. And I think it's very much emotional a lot of times. But what I love about our Mastermind News group is that the vision back in 2020 or so when it started was that everybody could share what they wanted. And as long as it was professional, respectful, then it was fine, because the truth will prevail at the end. What's up? Mm-hmm. So, where I was going with that, so my closing thought on all that is, no matter how like-minded we are, we're going to have different perspectives on things, and that's okay, because truth will prevail in the end. And as someone who researches, like many of you do, it's not about being right. It's just about finding out the truth. And so that's why with George Magazine too, faith, politics, what else? Being distracted by these people. That's my son, as most of you know, and that's Cassie. Now with the ball. got distracted. I was saying, oh, culture, faith, politics, culture. It all goes hand in hand because it's like everything, every topic under the sun. And so I really like and respect how George Magazine sees that, appreciates that, and knows that it's all important. And I wish more pastors would get that. Hello. Yeah, you should teach the Bible. You should also teach things that are happening in this world because it's historical, it's biblical, and it's impacting all of our lives. Some pastors just want to bury their head in the sand and just pray for things and not think that like voting is important and stuff like that. I don't get it, honestly. I really don't. But the Bible prophesied that there's gonna be churches and times like this, so we shouldn't really be surprised. But I just see lots of great things happening. President Trump today got the royal treatment in the United Kingdom with Prince Charles. You should check that out. That was, wow, interesting. And by royal treatment, I mean that he looked like he was the boss. And some of you already know about all of that. But good things are happening. The best is yet to come. And I'm going to wrap it up there because otherwise, I'm going to be distracted by this. We've got like a little soccer match going on. Get that ball, Cassie. That's the only ball she's had for a long time, and she hasn't destroyed it. Just has a marks in it. She loves that ball. That's right, Digital Revolution. He has been the boss. They submitted. And we know it. So anyway, I'll wrap it up there. Thank you guys for watching and supporting. More to come soon. Oh, I don't want to go without reading Digital Revolution's messages. He always brings the goods. Oh, yep, Erica said blueberry budget. I forgot to check about that, but I totally trust you. Charlie Kirk, Bitcoin, XRP. You know I'm an XRP fan. Got dueling phones on Cassie. Cassie is always the star of the show. Okay, for real. See you soon. Thank you all. Thanks and God bless.